What is the difference between a woman masturbating by herself and being fucked? Hi everyone, I'm Daisy. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's a bit embarrassing, but definitely very informative. What's the difference between a girl using her hands to masturbate and having sex in real life? Although this topic is private, it's very important in our emotional life. Many people are curious, but they're just too embarrassed to talk about it. Today, let's get this straight and make it clear to everyone. Let's talk about the difference at the physiological level first. When a girl does it herself, the rhythm and strength are completely controlled by herself. It's like when you're cooking in the kitchen, you can decide how much salt to put in and how hot to use. You can explore your sensitive points slowly and find the most comfortable way. It's like wandering around in your own garden, stopping in front of a flower you want to stop at. But real sex is different. It's like a dance for two people, and it takes two people to cooperate tacitly. The other person may not be able to figure out your preferences at once, and you need to keep adjusting and communicating. Sometimes your partner's rhythm may be too fast or too slow, and the strength may not be just right. At this time, just like when dancing, the two people's steps are always out of sync, which is inevitable. There will be a little embarrassment or regret. However, if the cooperation is good, the stimulation and pleasure brought by the physical fusion are far beyond what you can do by yourself. In real sex, the caressing, kissing, and close physical contact of your partner can bring all-round sensory stimulation. It's like a grand symphony with the sounds of various instruments intertwined to play a beautiful movement. In terms of the intensity of physiological reactions, although you can get pleasure when you do it yourself, it is often difficult to achieve the kind of strong climax in real sex. In real sex, the body will secrete more hormones, such as dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine brings pleasure and excitement, making you immersed in the feeling of being in high spirits. Oxytocin can enhance emotional connection and intimacy, making you feel closer to your partner. The large amount of secretion of these hormones will make the feeling of orgasm stronger and more lasting. It's like eating snacks at home. Although it's also fun, it's definitely not as satisfying and unhappy as having a big meal with someone you like. Let's talk about the difference on the psychological level. When you use your hands to solve it, it's more about satisfying your physiological needs, just like drinking a glass of water when you are thirsty, simple and direct. But this method often lacks emotional communication and interaction. In this process, girls may only focus on their own physical feelings without the feeling of being in tune with another person. And real sex is like a romantic date full of emotional communication. In the process of intimate contact, two people can veil through eyes, kisses, and hugs. When you look at your partner with loving eyes and feel his gentle touch, the feeling of being loved and needed will fill your heart with happiness. This kind of emotional satisfaction cannot be given by doing it yourself. From the perspective of sexual knowledge, there are some interesting differences between the two. Using your hands to solve it yourself is actually a very normal way of self-exploration. It can help girls better understand their bodies and discover their sensitive points and preferences. It's like preparing for the lesson in advance, so that when you really enter the sex life, you can communicate better with your partner so that both parties can get a better experience. Moreover, moderate self-solution is also good for physical health. They can relieve stress and relax the body and mind, just like giving your mind a vacation. But real sex involves many levels. For example, hygiene issues in sex are very important. Both parties must keep their reproductive organs clean, otherwise it is easy to cause infection and bring hidden dangers to health. There is also the issue of contraception. If you don't plan to have children, you must take contraceptive measures, such as using condoms, oral contraceptives, placing intrauterine devices, etc. Each method has its advantages and disadvantages, and you need to choose the right method according to your own situation. Moreover, communication in sex is also crucial. Both parties should communicate honestly about their feelings and needs, and don't be shy. Only in this way can sex life be more harmonious and happy. Just like the teammates in a game, they need to communicate tactics and time to win. In addition, social concepts have different views on these behaviors. In the eyes of many people, using your hands to solve it is still a relatively private topic that is not easy to discuss publicly. Some people even think that this is an immoral or unhealthy behavior. But in fact, this is a very normal physiological phenomenon. Everyone has the right to explore their own body. Real sex life is more associated with love and marriage. People generally believe that this is an important part of an intimate relationship, but no matter what kind of behavior, as long as it is carried out under the premise of health, safety, and respect, it is acceptable. I have also heard some experiences shared by girls. A girl said that she had always solved it by herself before and felt quite satisfied. But when she really had sex, she found that the difference between the two was too big. She said that the intimacy and emotional communication in real sex life were something she had never experienced before. Although it was a little uncomfortable at first, she gradually found that she enjoyed this kind of intimate interaction with her partner more and more. My dears, both the way of girls using their hands and the way of real sex have their own characteristics and meanings, and there is no absolute good or bad. The important thing is that we should look at them with a scientific, healthy, and respectful attitude, understand our own body and needs, and find the most suitable way for ourselves in an intimate relationship. Well, today's video is here. Welcome to Leave a Message to Discuss. We will talk next time. Bye.